Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter board game and give my honest thoughts on how that Kickstarter is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out Core Worlds Empires plus Nemesis. It's actually a spin-off game and the expansion to the original game as well. Before we get into that, if you enjoy what I'm doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to hit 9,000 subscribers to celebrate my 9 years of making board game content. Now, Core Worlds Empires is the epic standalone sequel to the Core Worlds card game. Okay, standalone game. Nemesis is the original game's solo expansion. So the first thing is, I personally am not the biggest fan of these style Kickstarters because I feel like they could be confusing. Because, especially when you have such similar names, like Core World Empires could just as easily be an expansion to the base game as its own separate game, and I think it just confuses people in some aspect, which I don't think is good. But it's raised $50,000 of wowzers, a $60,000 goal, so that sounds like a high goal to me, personally, because what I remember of Core Worlds, I think I played it once, and I remember enjoying it, it's mostly cards, if I recall correctly. So 60,000 bucks, that seems like a big ask, but you are asking for 2 separate games, which once again, whole separate ball game. But let's check out what the video is going on. So the first thing, do I want it? Can you do it? And how much is it? Hopefully you answer at least one of those 3 questions. In your front image, not really so much. Core Worlds Empires, live now on Kickstarter, ends 2/25/21. What does this tell me about the game? What does this tell me at all? You know, and it's not just Empires, it's Nemesis, because there's a lot of different people you could be going for here. You could be going for the solo gaming crowd and saying, you know what, Core Worlds was already a spectacular game, but we wanted to really put the due diligence, the time, the effort, the thought, the love, the care, and the design creation process into making an amazing solo experience for Core Worlds. And I feel like that could be its own separate Kickstarter right there, and you would get a huge chunk of people who are there for that. And then also the spin-off. You know, I don't know how you market the spin-off. But how it's just putting them both together. I don't know. But I don't see a price here. I don't see the fact that there's a solo variant here, that it's a huge solo game or a spin-off game. It's very bleh. The Galactic Realm has fallen. Now you must fill the void by building your own empire. Govern your empire from your personal core world. Your ambassadors each manage their own units. Okay, so I always say I don't like when you go too in-depth on the rules on this video. I don't think they're going too in-depth. I feel like they're straddling that thin line of, like, giving you a feel for what you're going to be doing without beating you over the head with nuance of the rules. Okay, so I'm wondering if... So they're really highlighting right there, this is not a card game. You know, you got tiles, you got cubes, you got a board, and I'm wondering if that's why they're specifically going this route. Because as I said at the door, I was like, wow, $60,000, that seems like a steep price for a card game. And so I kind of see, I think this is a smart here. You know, they are getting me out of the card game mindset into the board game mindset. Oh, wow. Oh, what? What? Okay, and this is what I love. This is what I love right here. I'm getting more excited by the second about this game because of how they're doing this video. And does this mean I'm going to be able to create these amazing worlds and other people are potentially going to want to visit these worlds a la worker placement? So the sweeter I make a world, the juicier enticing it is for people to come over there? Is that what I'm getting into? Because that's what I think I'm getting into, and I'm getting excited about the game, all because you're not beating me over the head with everything. And trade them for even greater rewards. Ooh. Wait, that's a lady. can use them. Wow. Okay. Cool. Oh. Oh my goodness. This is everything in the kitchen sink. I love this. This feels fidgety. This feels insanely fidgety already. And I'm not against fidgety games, but if you got a fidgety game, you got to nail it on the iconography. You got to nail it on the rule booklet. Hopefully have a how to play video. But this is looking really fidgety, but good fidgety. Like lots of mechanisms crunching up into each other, which I love. Warlord Hosk. Ooh, fighting? Too? This is freaking great! He ran! He looked and ran! Area control. Okay. Wow. Wow. So I was here for the solo game. Honestly, I was more excited about the solo game. You have shown me that you have zero care about the solo game in that video. Because that was a great video for Core Worlds Empires. I had no idea that what I was getting into was... You know, you put epic in the standalone sequel, but I'll be honest with you, when I read that, I was like, yeah, really? Epic? Like, the next Dominion expansion's gonna be epic? No, what you presented me felt epic. And, I feel like lots of components, yeah, a big round board. I feel like... Let me try and put this in words. So 50,000 to 60,000 gold raise, so we're well on our way, and that's great. But I feel like this deserves to be its own separate thing. Like, this looks like such a meaty, ambitious, incredible project. And maybe, you know what I would honestly maybe put out here on your core image? Like, what's your timeline? Because I'm guessing we're probably getting into the 90 to 120 minute area. But let's see. So, first thing. Do I want it? Can you do it? And how much is it? So, do I want it? Yes. You've answered that question. I think the video is bang up. 5 created, 23 bagged. Oh, no, Andrew! I hate when I don't see more collaborators. Because hopefully you have somebody else helping you with the comments and the updates and stuff like that. Even if it's just like the generic comments. All right, 5 created. Funding canceled, but 1,900 backers, 1,000. Okay, security, warm. And I bet this was probably canceled for a pretty good reason. I would be willing to bet. If I went to the updates... Just lack of interest, maybe? I don't know. Welcome back. I don't know. Either way, I'm not worried about you running off with the money. Like, so, can you do it? Yes. You have, and honestly, can you do it was already answered well before I got in here, if I really think about it, because you did Core Worlds. And I know Core Worlds. I've heard of Core Worlds. Even if you're not big into the hobby, you've been like, oh, I think I maybe have heard that game or seen that game on somebody's wall or something like that. And so, immediately, the can you do it question is... So, do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Hopefully we get into that relatively soon. Welcome home to the Core Worlds universe. Also, the player count, the time link, all that good stuff, I would like to know, because I still don't know any of that. Which stinks. Kickstarter Games is proud to present a new age of adventure and excitement in the universe of Core Worlds. 2021 marks the 10-year anniversary of Core Worlds. Now, here's one thing that I do want to mention, a little non sequitur. So I know most people go straight from the video, then over here to the support. But this is one of the rare instances where you have forced their hand, where they cannot just go over here and back you, which is what you want them to do, right? You want them to go straight from this video, which you clearly did an amazing job of, right over here to the $70 price point, which I was hoping not to see, because I like to be surprised. But you're now making me say, does this play 5 players? Does this play 6 players? Does this play solo? How long is this? I know none of that from anything in this already 3-minute video, and I've already invested 3 minutes into this Kickstarter, and I still don't know very crucial information. Welcome home to the Core Worlds universe. Quixotic Games is proud to present a new age of adventure and excitement in the universe of Core Worlds. 2021 marks the 10-year anniversary of Core Worlds, the deck-building card game of intergalactic conquest. We now present 2 new games that will immerse you in the universe like never before. Core Worlds Empires, the standalone sequel to Core Worlds, and Core Worlds Nemesis, the solo expansion to the original game. I am super excited about solo, because anytime you combine the words deck building and solo, I'm totally in, because I love deck building. I love exploring different paths. It's one of my favorite genres of game, because you can always go in, oh, so many different paths. Maybe I want to trash and be heavy on damage or something, you know, stuff like that. So it still feels kind of tacked on there, which is weird, because I feel like you have this game, you have this proven commodity, like Core Worlds has been successful. I have heard people talking about Core Worlds for a very long time. I know there's other expansions. Give it its own love and treatment, you know? Core Worlds Empires is a worker placement game for 1 to 4 players. Okay, so all that good stuff. Good stuff. Rules for solo play as well. Excellent. Each player, and so here's the thing that I would, you know, obviously, it's too late. But with this sort of thing, I feel like you should have really announced the expansion to the original game, potentially, in midstream of this campaign, so that those people who are specifically here for Core Worlds Empires solo play now be like, oh wow, I like how you're running things, I like what you're doing, so maybe I back that expansion as well. And I feel like, because the solo market is just blowing up, I feel like it's going to even continue to keep blowing up. Each player represents one of the empires that overthrew the ancient Galactic Realm during the original Core Worlds card game. Core Worlds Empires is the thematic sequel to the original game and its expansion, but players don't need to own the original game to enjoy this one. Each world in a galaxy occupies a board space that an empire... Wow, that looks really big. That's awesome. I wish we could zoom in on that. Like, I wish that was just like a different angle where it's just like boosh, because I want to see everything. Like, it's great. Core Worlds Nemesis. I love the box. The solo expansion. Oh, so this is the expansion. So now, it's okay. So there we go. There's this. And then you're going to tell me a little bit about that? Yes, Core Worlds Nemesis is the official solo version of the Core Worlds deck building. Play against the AI-driven Nemesis Empire during your bid to conquer the Core Worlds. The Nemesis is represented by a special deck of cards that simulates playing against a human player, including anticipating which worlds the Nemesis is targeting in each sector. This sounds great. Like, as a solo gamer, I see this and I say, holy crap, I want this. You know, and it's like, that looks great. They both do. Which is why I just, like, don't make them share. It's like, you got 2 bedrooms, let your kids have their own bedroom. I do understand, though, that running Kickstarters is just insanely difficult. So, stretch goals. Oh, wow. So we're not learning that much about the expansion, aside from this one paragraph, and then it's just into the money. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that, because I'm sold on the other game. The standalone game. Wow, you completely banged me there. That was a wrong phrase. It looks great. But I want to know a little bit more about the solo game before I open up. But either way, stretch goals. I feel like it's odd that we get stretch goals before prices. Now, I know a lot of people go over here, but I love a great project where it just has, here's what you're getting and here's the price. Stretch goals. Player 5 components. Wow, that's a big one. That's one people like a lot. That's what I like to call a banger. I don't know if I like it there, though. That's $80,000. That's a long ways away. And it's just, that in particular expansion does nothing for me if I'm here for the solo expansion, you know? 19 promo cards. All 19 non-exclusive promo cards previously released for Core Worlds added to Core Worlds Nemesis, which is the solo expansion. So now you've got my interest peaked. So I think I see what you're trying to do here, is kind of ride the momentum from the people who wanted the big game first, and then ride it on the second one as well. But I don't know. That's dicey. That's dicey. Like, I feel like if you had both these at the $80,000, that'd be like such a banger that people couldn't ignore it. They'd be like, oh my god, that's great for you, and it's great for you, and it's just... And I wonder if you do hit that middle just down period, which most games tend to do, maybe you consider popping that up in there, juicing up the 80,000, saying, "Hey, we apologize. We know there's a big people who just want the stretch goal. Let's see, 154 people still here for that. You know, I don't know. I got to think about it. How to play Empire boards. Each player receives. So which one am I playing? This is the okay. So that's what I'm saying. It feels a little bit disjointed. So we're going away from the solo game back to the spin-off game. Looks good. Pictures, galaxy map, great. I'm getting a closer look at the boards and the components, which I'm really happy about. Really loving that. Oh, I love this. Oh, that looks so good. It looks so clean and clear and easy to see. And that's what I'm talking about. When you have a fidgety feeling game, you need iconography. You need really good board presence. And this looks so user-friendly. Love it. During the event phase, cool. Looking good. Ambassador phase, great. If I really wanted to get into the weeds of learning how to play this, this would be spectacular. I'd love to see a video before all this, potentially. Like, hey, watch this video. Or if you want to really know, click down here, read down here. Hopefully there are some videos on either one of them. Here we go. So it's a preview. This one is a preview. Show me a gameplay. I want a gameplay. Empire's solo Kickstarter. Is this a preview? No, this is a gameplay. Awesome, awesome. Core Worlds. All right, they get a cookie. One-stop co-op shop. Give me what I want. What is this? Is this also a gameplay? Because if it's a game, I want to know because no, this is a gameplay too, right? Wait, or is this a really in-depth preview?
I'm feeling really good about the worlds.
Both of these are playthroughs. Okay, so I would not normally click on those. The only reason I'm clicking on those is because I did the Kickstarter critique. I wouldn't call it previews then. Like, this is gameplay. Like, because honestly, when I hear the word preview, I'm like, okay, there's no opinions. This is a paid advertisement. When I see gameplay, it's like, okay, I know for a fact, if I watch this 56-minute video while I'm doing dishes or whatever, I know if this game is going to be for me. You know, so right now, if I were just to scroll past this here, I'd be like, oh, dang, 3 previews. You know? So maybe highlight that just a smidge bit more. OpinionatedGamers.com. Mark Jackson of the Opinionated Gamers reviewed both Core Worlds, Empires, and I put a quote there. I put a quote here to get me more interested in what he has to say. And that's another thing. Quotes. I would totally put quotes. The evolution. So this is an interview. Awesome. More stuff. Excellent. This is great stuff. People really want to get in the weeds. Let them go in the weeds. Rule books. Awesome. Maybe a little bit higher on this one almost. Because this is a good one. This is what I want to check. What am I expecting? 27 pages. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Oh, no, it's not going to be 27, I don't think. 28! Oh! Boom! He's good. Okay, that's about right as I was expecting. Let's check it out. Big walls of text, but I see pictures, illustrations, examples. Hopefully more of those. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah. In the back of the rule booklet, I bet it's just a lot of... Okay, this is what I was looking for. Great. This looks like a rule booklet that I would actually really enjoy, because this is the kind of game I get in the mail, and I'm like, man, I really am excited to get this one to the table. And I want to see a rule booklet where it's like, oh, it just kind of flows, and it looks good. And this one does. That gets me excited, and that makes me even more comfortable in clicking... and then, yeah, the solo one, too. Excellent. Add-ons. Makes sense. Unlike past Kickstarter campaigns, you don't need to make these calculations yourself. Kickstarter will put you with add-on information after you make your initial pledge. Awesome. So this is if you want to get both. $80. Core Worlds Mega Bundle. Ooh, awesome. This is what I was talking about. I would love to see this higher. Even if you're selling me extra stuff, because here's the thing. You did this for your older games, but you're not doing it for the newer games. Like, give me this, but with the ones you got now. You know what I'm saying? It just seems to make sense to me, because honestly, I'm sold. Like, if I like Core Worlds and I like solo gaming, like, duh, it's a no-brainer. You know, and so I just present me with the mall here. I like this mall. I like going through here. I don't know anything about these games. Now I kind of want to know more about these games. Maybe have a clickable somewhere on here where it's like review. Go check out a review if you're interested in blah blah blah. Supreme Bubble, yeah, because you're hoping I hit this. Let's be frank, you're hoping we get this one right here, because it clears out inventory and it gets new copies of the game out into the world, and it's exciting. So maybe shoot me some reviews. What's the best review on any one of these? You know, hit me up with that. Give me some quotes. Why do I want to get, Core World Nemesis, the solo variant? Hit me Tom Vassell saying it's one of the best deck builders he ever played. Now, in all fairness, that, because it's an older game. So back when Tom Vassell would say that, if he did say something like that, I don't know if he did, it would be because, there's like maybe 10, 15, 20 deck builders tops. Whereas now, there's a lot more. Okay, shipping. Shipping, U.S., Germany, $10. It's clean. It could look a lot prettier. I personally like the flag system. I really do like the flag system. Austin, Belgium. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Tom loves. Yeah, if he loves Core Worlds, heck, if Tom Vassal said he loves Core Worlds, there should be a quote saying this is one of my favorite games. Deck builders, you know, like it was in his top 100. People go nuts for that stuff. People eat that stuff up. I would have that. Well, yeah, I would have that on the front. Well, that's dicey. It's an expansion to the game. I don't know, because he didn't give seals back then. Either way, shipping is here and it's functional and it's clean and it's clear. I think it could look better, but this is exactly what I want. And honestly, with this one, normally I ding people and I'm like, hey, if it's Austria, they should have their own currency. Belgium should have their own currency, that sort of thing, because it doesn't take that long to do it. But when it's this, this is fine. This is good. Great. Excellent. And this shows me that they've probably shipped to a lot of these different countries before with their previous games. Awesome. Shipping is EU friendly. This is great. Due to Brexit, intro video. This is for the video itself. Cool. Special thanks. Risk and challenges. All right. So let's take out the pledges. Are they clean and clear? $20. This is that's a lot of text for the expansion. This package includes the Core Worlds Nemesis solo expansion, the original Core Worlds card game. Please see the shipping details section on the left for information on shipping rates. The pledge level is EU friendly. The pledge level includes all stretch goals that are compatible with the original Core Worlds card game. Okay. It's lengthy, but you know, it's clean still. $20, $70, $80. Empires plus Nemesis retail. Okay, retailer bundle. Cool, whatevs. Group bundle, awesome. Love seeing this, especially when they're shipping all around the world. I think that's a great thing to get onto because it's not just, you know, let's say you do the 5 of them. Let's say you do 5 of them. It's like, all right, what is that? What is that? It's nothing. No, that's 5 new countries that might not have had Core Worlds now having Core Worlds. And those 5 people, or 6 people in this, in that country, are then going to share it with their friends. Which now you got 15, 20, 30 people playing the game. And I love that pledge level. I adore those pledge levels. Excellent. Excellent. Love seeing it. 2 countries right now. Well, it might be from the United States too. but it could be. But I love the idea of the pledge because it helps spread games out to the rest of the world. But let's check out the comments, FAQ, updates. Let's get out of here. All right. So far on the 0, 1, 2 scale. 0, keep on going. 1 is the back it for $1, come back in the last 40 hours. And 2, back it for the whale. I'm somewhere in the 1 to 2 range. FAQ, no FAQ. All right. I hope there are not questions asked in the comments, because if there are, pop them in the FAQ. Let's check out the update. I think this started, let's see, how long has this been going? February 3rd, so 5 days since the last updates. Wouldn't mind seeing another one. First thing I noticed, no comments on that. That's always something we got to be working on. Always end with a question. Always end with a question. It's something I try and do on YouTube as well. Always ask for your audience to be contributing back to you. The reason why is that tickles the Kickstarter algorithms. That's how you get bumped up higher on those Kickstarter metrics. And I got 3 links down below. If you're an aspiring Kickstarter creator, read those 3 links. They're not my links. I don't get paid anything for these links. Those are just 3 links that I think are absolutely spectacular reads if you're going to run Kickstarter. Because they can give you ideas of what you should be working towards to tickle the Kickstarter algorithms. The Eidolon Chronicles Volume 1, Number 1. Half the galaxy is ours. We tend to get into character during our newsletter for Core Worlds. If you'd like to skip straight to the details, feel free to scroll past the italicized text. I like that! I like that you've taken both audiences into consideration. The people are saying, dear God, I just want to get out of this email, tell me something new. And the people are like, I want to be immersed. I like it. Half the galaxy has fallen to us. For a while, the 6 figures continue to stare at the swirling blue mist, gleaning unfathomable truths from the universe. For centuries, they and their predecessors had met here in the Eidolon Sanctuary, deep within the recesses of the hidden core world of Raven, secretly manipulating the 6 galactic orders, and through them the entire galaxy. Finally, the Lord High Infiltrator of the Eidolon League spoke. The conquerors have done well so far. The barbaric worlds and the frontier worlds have fallen quickly to their might. Now they must confront the forces of the industrial worlds. All right, cool. So if I really want to get into the theme, like it. Like it. It's probably talking about either the base game or the expansion getting into the theme. Great. Because especially with an epic fidgety style game, I love when an epic fidgety style game has a great theme, and the theme can kind of sometimes be intertwined into the mechanisms. That's what, in my opinion, like, if you really think about, say, a game like Viticulture. Viticulture is a super fidgety game. It's worker placement, you gotta plant the fields, but you go have 3 red here and 2 whites, then you make a 3 grape and a 2 white grape, but then if you already got a 2 white grape, it bumps down to the 1 white grape, but if you don't got a 1 white grape, then it bumps down to the bottom and you lose it, but then you can sell your grapes, or you can sell your fields, or you can do this, you can do that. But when you're able to intertwine theme with the gameplay, it makes it run so much smoother. So I love the fact that they're really embracing into the theme there. Dear Young Emperors, during our first Kickstarter day, we conquered half the galaxy together by funding 55% of our goal. Thanks for joining us and supporting our games. We at Kickstarter Games believe running an agile campaign. What does that mean? And we'll continue to take changes to, agile. So we're willing to change in mid-flow. Interesting use of the word. I like it. We'll continue to make changes to our campaign based on our feedback. Yesterday, players requested a group bundle option to save money. Yes, and we were able to help backers save, and they were able to pool together 6 allies. Awesome! Yeah, that's what I said, particularly useful in the US. I love it. We have lots of surprises planned for you throughout the days and weeks ahead, so stay tuned. In the meantime, let's check in 2 of our faction leaders to see if they've discovered anything new about the campaign moving forward. And then we got 5 days radio silence. Maybe you're doing 1 a week. If so, that's whatevs. Many of our worlds asked if all 30 of the promo cards previously released for core worlds will be unlocked during the campaign, and the answer is definitely yes. That's the promo, the stretch goal. Please stay out of Vector's way until our next update, Andrew Parks. So, I would ask a question. What's a question here? Okay, here's what I'd ask. I would ask a question based purely around the thematic aspect of this. So, I don't know what you would ask because I didn't read all the thematic stuff, but I would ask about the thematic stuff. And then if someone actually answered in the comments, you would know specifically that that person was so into your game. And you take the time to respond to them. I think that means a lot to them. Like, I have some people on my YouTube channel that will talk to me. They will just talk to me in the comments. This lady named Amanda. She talks to me all the times in the comments. She's like, hey, she actually calls me Bowser. I don't know why, but she says, hey, Bowser, what are you doing tonight? And I'll respond to it. She never responds back to those, but she'll be like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to the shopping mall. And it's like, cool. Like, you will get people like that. And those people talking back to you is great because, you know, those are your diehard fans, which is awesome. But it also tickles those Kickstarter algorithm, the stuff. That's me. Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah. So, once again, I tickle the algorithms and you respond. That's even better because that is now 2 responses and it makes you look good. Like, if people venture into the comment section for whatever reason, it's just somebody, creator, it always looks good. Quick question regarding the EU shipping. Is the 19% German VAT already calculated into the price of the Empires and Nemesis games that are printed in Germany? So, if I order a 6-pack to Hungary, I would have to pay your own 27% VAT. Shipping from US, so here we go. Copy, paste, FAQ. And then what I do, and I saw another Kickstarter do this last week, and I know I recommend it to absolutely everybody, is when you start to fill in the FAQ, put like, what is it? I was so bad at this thing. Let me show you. It's these guys right here. Those ones, that symbol right there, around it, and put international shipping. And so as you add more questions to the FAQ, you can like kind of keep them separate so they'll be easier to find. You can group them together, and that will make it so much more user-friendly for the users, hence the word. Thank you. Yeah, that sounds perfect. One more question. Is there a chance that the base game and first 2 expansion find their way to EU shops? High Grave, the first expansion will sell out with this campaign, but the original, okay, whatevs. Looks good. Responding. Excellent. I see. Is 55 is shipping cost correct? The shipping on the campaign says 25. Okay. Okay. And I see a lot of questions. I don't know if these are questions that might need to go in the FAQ. But either way, looking good, very active, very responsive. Still, I know there's a lot of work. I hope you have somebody else helping you out. Like, anybody you trust, just to respond to the most generic bit. Like, when you responded to me. When you responded to me, you said, can't wait to check out, or whatever you said. That could have been anybody. Anybody typing it out. Anybody at all. And so I see a lot of people, especially with the bigger Kickstarters, that do it themselves. It's just like, oh, no, don't do that. You already got a million plates spinning in the air. So that's something I recommend. But overall, 0, 1, or 2, I'm going to go with a 2. Solid 2. I didn't like the fact I had to search for a little bit of the information, but overall, you know, if I own Core Worlds, I'd go for 2. And you like Solo, obviously. That's if you like Solo. If you don't like Solo, but I feel like it's reasonably priced. $20 for the expansion, and $70 for the big game. It's probably going to be pretty hefty. So there you go. We'll have lots of stuff based on... Oh, well, awesome. But there you go. That is Core Worlds, Empires, plus Nemesis from Kickstarter Games. If it looks like my cup of tea, be sure to check out that Kickstarter link down below. Tell them Bowers Game Corner sent you. And as always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I attempt to hit 9,000 subscribers to celebrate my 9-year anniversary of making YouTube content. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. And the stream. Boop.